This is Barbara in 3 minutes or less. It starts in the 90s. I'm behind the bar of a London pub, and that's where I meet some fun people who tell me all about Kentucky. Next thing I know, I'm on a training trip in 1990, and I become a tour manager, having all the fun and craziness of Kentucky tours back when there was no phone and no internet. Boy, did I hone my craft at the front of that bus. I married a passenger, I know, a cliche, and moved to Wellington, New Zealand, where I opened up my inbound tour agency and I started taking in groups from a Dutch company called Jozer Tours. In fact, I created the first Jozer New Zealand tour and even had a stint squeezed into those tight cubicles of Flight Center. And in my spare time in the late 90s, I got my building science degree from Victoria University of Wellington. In the early 2000s, it was time for me to head home, back to Texas. I chose Austin and found a wonderful company called Miracle Foundation, who needed my help in creating tours to go and visit orphanages in India. Yes, I know, we don't do that anymore. This company has advanced forward. They are now putting children with families with an amazing measurement and evaluation tool called the Thrive Scale. That led me to other clients like Whole Planet Foundation, where I would take Whole Foods Market team members and we would go overseas and visit the women that were being served by microloans in India, Nepal, South Africa, and more. And that's where I met Women Serve. Out in the Tar Desert, I met Naima Sadler, an excellent storyteller, and her work with Tonkas, giving water security to the women of Rajasthan. I also get to take donors from Well Aware to see deep water wells being dug next to primary schools in Kenya. My work wouldn't be possible without partners like Science in a Suitcase, who are delivering STEM education through fun Lego robotic educational tools to vulnerable areas, very remote in places like India, Kenya, and South Africa. As my journey at True Places moves forward into regenerative travel, I'm lucky to have friends like Mohan of Travel Scope India. He's a DMC that gets it, and I'm looking for more of those. I want to see how the sustainable development goals are being referenced within travel and how are we measuring that and who are the partnerships we need to make that happen. I know that travel can change the world because for the past 15 years, I've watched it impact communities, schools, women, children, and I want to do more and I want to do it right. And I'm looking for the people to help me do that. Thank you.